Happy New Year, TLC Hiking Group. Today is Sunday, January 1st, and this is your weekly vid clip for the week of Monday, January 2nd, 2012. Happy New Year once again. And getting right into it, yesterday's hike for the Hieroglyphic Trail, for lack of a better word, because it certainly wasn't a trail in some of those places, I'm sure you can agree, up to the ridgeline and then over to the summit. Thank you to all who participated and spent your New Year's Eve with us, and kudos to those that made it to the ridgeline, and another kudos to those that actually made it to the summit. Congratulations. As you probably are feeling extremely sore this morning, as well as I am. I haven't felt this sore in a long time. My lower back seems to be killing me from the ascent. And so what a wonderful workout, and you know, an interesting hike, and the views at the summit. You know, I feel privileged to say that I've summited the Soups. Interesting, somebody had a tee up there with a golf ball on it that was sitting up there at the summit. But and I'm sure you guys are gonna have some stories to tell about this one. I'm already hearing them coming in, as far as the thorns and the cactus stuck in people, and the road rash, and I wore pants, and I got road rash from my legs as well. It's interesting. My particular journey, I think we had started at the trailhead at 7:33, made it to the ridgeline right around 9 o'clock-ish, and we waited at the ridgeline for about 20 minutes. Some people ate some of their snacks. We were trying to spot people down below to kind of give them coordinates, something to work towards. From there, we went on to the summit. At that point, we reached the summit at about 10 o'clock, and we stayed at the summit for 1 hour and 5 minutes, and then descended from there. I got back at my truck at 1 o'clock. One of the things I found coming down, there appears to be more of a trail. Now, it's not on any of the write-ups or the trip logs, and maybe it should be. Maybe one of us could put this in the trip log over at hikearizona.com. But there is a faint trail on the left side of the wash as you're heading back to the parking lot. So it would be on the right side of the wash as you're ascending to the ridgeline. And I still lost it, as I probably was about 75% down, because I saw it, kind of ridging out. And I was like, nah, I didn't feel comfortable with that, so I got back in the wash and boulder hopped the rest of the way down. And I did see some hikers over there on that ridge then later that were coming down, and so maybe that works better. I'm sure my legs were hoping for a trail rather than a boulder hop bushwhack in the wash. That's for sure. Once I got near the end, but what an amazing hike! Thank you to all that attended, and then hopping right into next Saturday's hike, which will be the 7th of January. We're doing Picacho Peak. Just a couple pointers and warnings on this particular hike. One is bring gloves, even if you're not a glove person. This isn't a cable-assisted ascent because of the steepness. And these cables, I hear, can chew your fingers up, or they can be slippery, especially in the morning if there's some dew or maybe rain the previous night or what have you. Definitely want to bring your gloves. From what I'm reading, they do sell gloves at the gift shop there at the park. A couple other things. We will be splitting our group up into smaller groups of 15 and staggering our start time, just to have some trail etiquette. So keep that in mind. Also, here's a big warning. If any of you are scared of heights or steepness situations, you don't want to come on this hike, because it's a short hike. Me personally, I think it's just a regular moderate hike. I know some of these write-ups call it a strenuous or difficult hike. I don't think so necessarily. But you are going up with 15, 16, 1,700 feet in a mile and a half. So you can understand the steepness of that hike. It's very steep, and then some sketchy areas, and that's why they put these cable-assisted climbs, kind of similar to Camelback with the railing, but even a little bit more steeper, and with cables and not a railing. So keep that in mind. If you are weary of heights and steepness, you may not want to go. You might get freaked out at the steepness of this hike. So just, throwing that out there, and again, trying to, keep the safety of everybody and of the entire club, on the agenda, very high on the agenda. And, of course, making sure that we continue the flow pattern of the entire group as well. So, anyhow, with that being said, I hope you all have a very happy New Year today with family, friends. And I know I'm going to be watching a plethora of football. That's the reason I'm getting this vid clip done before the football starts. And I'm sure I look pretty beat up today, and I feel beat up today from that hike. Anyhow, I wish everyone again a happy New Year, and we will see you for the hike, hopefully, this coming Saturday for Picacho Peak on January 7th. We'll see you.